All right, so the first card I have out here is the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups indicates to me a total emotional happiness. So this is the completion card. This is the point where we have reached the apex of that mode of expression where we feel complete joy, happiness, and bliss. Okay, this is a very, very positive card. What's crossing it here is the Ace of Swords, which indicates to me possibly a lot of communication, a lot of news coming through that is bringing you a lot of emotional abundance, all right? In terms of the past position, we have the Four of Wands here, associated with some type of a marriage, some type of, engagement, some type of people coming together to celebrate a home or taking a relationship to the next level. I definitely feel for those of you who have recently moved into your own home, because in the past, the Four of Wands can also indicate a situation where you are leaving one physical dwelling for another. In terms of what's coming in for you, we have the Empress. And the Empress card, the Empress does indicate a feminine energy that is very focused on fertility, childbirth, birthing new ideas, new projects, new people as well. It is a card of fertility. I'm also sensing in this situation there is some type of an energy where you are going off on your own and you're trying to establish your own, either your own domain, your own ground, or even, you're expanding your own empire. And in the process of expanding your empire, you are going to have to step out of the comfort zone to establish your own foundation. All right. So what that means is just once again the same message: moving from possibly a parent's home and trying to move out and live on your own. In terms of what's crowning you here is we have the Three of Cups. Once again, is indicative of a celebratory energy. It's corroborating like two people joining together, and or even like the birth of a child, for example, or finding out good news about a union, finding out news that your best friend is getting married, engaged, and things like that. Okay, I'm going to pull out now the rest of the cards and then see which direction this reading is going to go before I proceed. So the foundation of this reading here is the World, and the World does indicate expansion. It indicates things coming to a full circle, completion. So it's looking positive. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. The outcome itself is not looking too great, but I do feel that in this situation, the Ten of Cups indicates to me truths and information coming through. So what I'm going to get here is that the foundation is the World. And the World, once again, indicates opportunities. Your world is expanding, okay? Whatever situation you've been in, I do feel that you're leaving one location for the next. As a result of it, your world is expanding naturally, but I definitely feel some sense of hesitation on your end with the Empress in the reverse position, where you are lacking the self-confidence in order to advance full steam ahead with your newfound sense of freedom. So freedom, it's sort of like in the past, you were living in a structure, and the structure itself was very, very stable. And it could be like a family environment where, despite the disagreements, the home itself was very structured. And now that you're out on your own, you're feeling like you're doubting whether or not you're able to maintain your own structure, and whether or not you're able to sustain yourself. So I definitely feel self-doubt coming through. For those of you who have recently left the nest and are now living on your own as like, college student, graduate students, what have you. If you've recently left a home environment and you're kind of looking around, shopping around for a new place to live, I do feel that don't be afraid of this. I know it is a scary process, but I do sense that you're going to be quite happy because we have a lot of new energies coming through, okay? But it could also be a situation where So I'm getting conflicting messages because at the heart of this reading is the Ten of Cups, but then we end up here with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So I'm feeling as if for a lot of you, for some reason, for this reading and also for the Taurus reading, I feel as if I'm speaking to a younger crowd in which you might have recently left behind like a childhood sweetheart in order to pursue college in another town. You might have recently left one relationships to move far away. Although I see opportunities for movement and advancement, and it's a difficult decision that you're coming across right now. So I do feel that it's sort of like that sense of losing your innocence because the next phase of your life is more about adult responsibilities, being on your own, taking care of yourself, working the 9 to 5, and doing those things that you have to do on your own in order to sustain your own life. Okay, so you're looking at this as if, oh no, it's the end of childhood. It's the end of innocence. It's the end of the carefree time period in your life uh, where you don't have to think about, what do I need to do next. So it was just, it's a little bit scary, but I do feel that that's the energy I'm sensing for this, the rest of this month. And it's interesting because here in the States too, we usually, a lot of you could be going home temporarily for vacation, and you might be dreading it, or you might have some hesitations about leaving, or you might be moving from one place to the next because a lease is ending, and as a result of it there's Tory energies circulating around you, but you're feeling kind of destabilized with the Empress here. So I'm sensing that you might feel, so for example, if all of your friends are getting married, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh no, when am I going to get married? And that can, dampen our self-esteem just a little bit. But I do feel that time will happen in things will happen in its own time, and you don't have to worry so much about this. Okay, just go and celebrate the things with your friends and try to keep things into perspective. Like, think about what is the purpose of this gathering and who am I really here for, because that's going to be basically that's the right thing to focus on, and that's the whole point of a celebratory union between two people anyways, is to celebrate their love in a public environment with their friends and family. So that's what you're there for. Okay, so now for a lot of you, for others of you who have, where leaving a place was not by choice, but rather there was some news coming through, and you feel like you were pushed out of one environment, like you were happy there, you were content there, and you would have stayed there. But there was some news here with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords indicates truths being revealed. It indicates new revelation. It indicates information coming through that brought us some, that is going to bring about irreversible change. Okay, change in the way we think, in the way we perceive the world around us. So a lot of you, there might have been news that pushed you out of your current home environment, and right now you're feeling a little bit destabilized. I just want you to know that your friends, people who love you, are still going to be there as, the light in the darkness. As you're progressing through this, just know that you can turn to your friends and loved ones for support. Additionally, at the foundation here, we have the World, which indicates to me that maybe this is happening so that there can be new opportunities to come through for you. And the advice here is, don't try to fight it. Don't fight this process. Don't take it, I guess, lying down. Well, no, that's not the right expression. I guess my point is, you're feeling a little bit destabilized, okay? And I'm sensing that whatever news that was that pushed you out of your home environment, the advice here is that you have to, basically, you still have to stand up for yourself. You have to find out the cause of this. But I do feel the news that was coming through is truthful, and as a result of it, you're feeling a little bit dejected, and you might not, know how to help yourself in this situation. You feel as if you're facing a lot of opposition, and you feel as if you can't really turn to anybody for support. What's external to you is it's a water sign. We have here the Page of Cups, which indicates to me, for those of you, who have been dealing with a water sign, okay? And it's interesting because for the past few months, a lot of you have been dealing with air signs. And now there is external to you a water sign. A water sign, this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this can also be, an offer of love, a gesture of love. And usually I see pages as people who deliver messages. And with the Page of Cups, it's somebody who brings in an offer of love. But I do feel that this offer is a little bit premature, and it can be rescinded as soon as it is offered, or you're sensing that there might be some type of insincerity or strings attached with this offer. So just be a little bit careful about that. In terms of your hopes and fears, we do have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, it's in the reverse position, and you're thinking to yourself that, pretty much the worst of it is over. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's in the upright position. So the Nine of Swords in the upright position, as your fear, is that you are feeling as if, it's being plagued by anxiety and fears, okay? So I'm sensing this message. For example, a lot of you might have your own place. And there might have been like a major party get together. And the house situation, there might have been some issues with the landlord. And there might have been, an incident where possibly a police report was filed, is what I'm sensing. And as a result of it, you have to find a new place, okay? And you're feeling really dejected at this moment. So that's a scenario that I'm sensing right now. And you're making that promise that, oh, I'll never do that again. I'll never throw one of those parties and then let it get out of hand, is what I'm sensing. Okay, it's going to be okay. I don't feel any legal actions associated with this. I don't sense any legal actions associated with this, so I feel that you will be fine. This is just, one of those things we have to learn, so we have to go through, so that we know what to avoid in the future, is what I'm sensing here. And I do feel as well, in terms of the outcome position, we have the Six of Cups reverse, and the Six of Cups reverse indicates to me, basically, this is, the it's a card that signifies, in the traditional sense, in the Rider-Waite deck, it is definitely a card about childhood memories, fond memories. In the reverse position, it does indicate to me, I don't feel there is a person involved in this area. So I feel that it's not a person per se, or if you're dealing with a water sign, it could be a person making a proposal. But you're thinking to yourself that, oh no, I know that the proposal is not solid. Okay, you're feeling to yourself the proposal is going to be rescinded as soon as I take up on this offer. So you're not going to go ahead with it. You're not going to go ahead with it. But what I'm getting from this spread is that for a lot of you, this is kind of like a situation where we make mistakes, and moving forward, we kind of learn from our mistakes. And as a result of it, there is almost that sense of like feeling like you're stepping from the childhood world into an adult world, where in the adult world there is real ramifications for our actions. We are held accountable for all the things that we do. And this can go both ways. It can go with, in your case, for example, if you've had that house party and you're dealing with the aftermath, and it's not fun. So you're starting to realize, okay, I have to make better decisions. That's just the easy part. the other thing is that if you've dealt with somebody who made you very, very happy, but you know that they're not faithful, for example, they're starting to see the ramifications of their actions, because I feel like you're very hurt. You're very, very hurt. Okay. And we have the Three of Swords here. Unfortunately, I don't like to see this card. I'm very sorry, Aries. But I do feel that you are very hurt as a result of this. And no matter how much you care about this person, you're starting to realize that, they're not a good relationship partner. They're not a sincere person. And it's kind of like that loss of innocence where, all our the person we idealize has fallen from their pedestal, and you can't recover from that because you can't help but look at them in a different light. So the Six of Cups, that's what it means to me in the reverse position. It's sort of like those rose-colored glasses are coming off. You're no longer looking at a person through childhood eyes. You're looking at them in the context of the real world. And you're looking at this as if, this is the end of a childhood era in which we can be carefree, in which we can do things without worries about ramifications. We can't do that anymore, okay? So honestly, I do sense that for a lot of you, this could even, deal with pregnancies. For example, if you're thinking about getting pregnant and this is a situation that is potentially contentious, and it's not going to apply to all, but if there has been problems with pregnancies that is causing strife for some reason, if there has been problems with pregnancy, fertility that is causing strife within a relationship, I do feel for this the next 2 weeks, just be very, very careful with the partnership, and be very careful about communicating with one another effectively. Okay. Um, Also, for those of you who might have been pregnant and are going through that period of like mood fluctuation where you're not getting enough sleep, where you're like staying up at night because the baby is kicking, or if you have just given birth, you're kind of stressed out, I feel. So, just take that in strides and do some type of meditation. I don't know what is recommended for people who have just given birth, but I do feel that if there is any type of postpartum depression or anything like that, refer to a mental health specialist, okay? Because it is a real issue and you want to get that taken care of, because the child's in the picture apparently, so it is a very, very serious problem. So get some help in this situation, okay? Because with the Empress and the Nine of Swords, the Empress is definitely a motherhood type of issue, fertility. It's related to given birth. It's related to, our new bundle of joy here with the Ace of Cups. And all of it is pointing to me possibly some issues regarding pregnancy, regarding childbirth, but also a lot of worries and anxiety associated with this. So I just have to jump here and just say, postpartum depression is one of the thing that I'm sensing. So just be very careful about that and seek, the advice of a mental health specialist to deal with this issue, to deal and cope with this issue. If for some reason, if you're in a relationship and none of the pregnancy, fertility stuff is applicable to you, I definitely don't feel things that would indicate cheating, infidelity, or anything like that. Okay, I don't sense that. So if you are kind of like if you are suspicious, I do feel it is important, once again, to have that open channel of communication coming through between you and another person who you're in a relationship with, and try to flush out why there are suspicions, okay? Is it because they're talking to somebody else? Is it simply that, or is it other reasons that is affecting this situation? Because I do sense that in terms of intentions, I don't feel the other person is aware. So if there is some type of jealousy, some type of separation, for example, one person can be going off to do their service, to fulfill some type of military service. and there is a separation, and you're feeling very, very saddened by this, just know that we do have advanced breakthrough in communication nowadays, and which would help facilitate the process. So, we do have Skype, we do have, voice chat and things like that. So it's not that bad, okay? Like a few decades ago, we didn't have those luxuries. So just think of this as, being supportive. And I know that it's hard because separations are never ever easy when it concerns our loved ones. But just try to keep things in perspective during like the honeymoon stages of a relationship is rarely easy. But I definitely feel some type of news coming through for you for the next 2 weeks that will allow you new insights into somebody's character, somebody's intentions for you. I do feel, some type of news, some type of information coming through. It could even be unintentional, unintended, and it's not great news, but I do feel truths need to be revealed, okay? I'm going to pull out another card here because you're getting 3 outcome cards in the reverse position. So I'm going to see what it pertains to and if how things are going to pan out in the future for you, if things are going to be okay. Okay, so I have the King of Coins here. So for a lot of you, so whenever this card comes out, this is the Casanova of the deck. This is a ladies' man, okay? If you are dealing with someone who has the characteristics of this King of Pentacles, this can be an earth sign, and it doesn't have to be just a male. It can be a female too. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, okay? Usually sun sign, sun, moon, rising. What I'm sensing is you are dealing with somebody who is a ladies' man, and I do feel that because of it, his or her offer was not always sincere. I do feel they are, a little bit of a heartbreaker. And unfortunately, I'm very sorry to say, but they're not a bad person, but I do feel that they will say all the right things just to get you to, just to date you, just to go out with you. But in terms of the ability to follow through, this is it's shown up in the upright position. So I do feel like what you see is pretty much what you're going to get. If he's dripping with honey and, saying all the right things, I do feel that, like I said, he's not a bad person, and this can, play out in multiple ways. But I do sense as well that no matter what happens, we do have this card to clarify the situation. So it indicates to me that if you're not dating at all, if this is not a dating situation, but rather more of like, you've met someone that you really like, and you find out that they're flirting with all of these people, I'm going to say that he or she is pretty much single, and they are interested in a relationship. So the flirtation might just be flirtation because they're interested in a relationship, okay? So make yourself available. If you have been dating somebody like this, possibly an earth sign, he or she is in the upright position, which indicates to me that, I feel as if it might just be flirtation, or you might be getting rumors of flirtations that are not grounded on reality. So communication is going to be very, very important for the next 2 weeks, okay? Try to flush out some of these problems that you have in the relationship and figure out where the doubts, the anxieties, the frustrations are coming from, and whether or not they are representative of your partner's true characters, true intentions, okay? If you have recently broken up with somebody who is an earth sign, I do feel that if you have recently broken up, then I do sense that there is a potential for, And I don't feel it's completely stable. So you want to keep that in mind. I don't sense that it is completely stable, but I do feel the earth sign potentially coming back around. But once again, the offer itself is very short-lived. It's very, very short-lived. So decide what you want to do. Finances I'm not getting a single Pentacles card. So I do feel, no news is good news, but I do sense for those of you who have recently started a new job situation, you're in an environment where you're kind of expected to perform, kind of like hit the ground running, and you're feeling a little bit destabilized, and you feel like you might not have all the expertise that you need, and you're staying up late at night trying to learn the ropes, trying to, thumb through or, you know, get through the training manuals, for example, and you're going to do just fine. So don't let that self-doubt creep in. And I do feel that, you're very good at improvising. So just think on the spot and you're going to be able to perform in a very, very productive, in a very feel, for those of you looking for new relationships, dating and things like that, and you haven't been dating in the past, I definitely feel an earth sign coming through for you who is very sincere, okay? So just to put your mind at ease, please take for those of you who have recently shifted to a new job environment. I will talk to you soon. If you'd like a private reading, please visit my website below. My availability and things like that, rates, can be found on the website, and you can. So take care of yourself.